Do we actually think that by playing in a preseason game against somebody's, let's say tonight, for example, against a vanilla defense that's not scheming to stop him, that's going to make a huge difference when he goes into a loud stadium against a Jets defense that is scheming to stop him? What good is this actually going to do? And I can already see the storylines because we know, not because he's not playing in the preseason, but because everybody's sort of going to be a little bit rusty to start the season. We already know that the Steelers are probably going to get off to a slow start offensively. They always do, whether their quarterback plays in the preseason or not. So I can just see that Monday after they play the Jets, everybody's been talking about, you know what? He should have played 2 series and thrown 1 pass against the Bucs in that second last preseason game, and we never would have seen an offensive performance this bad. Give me a break on this stuff. Will you please? He doesn't need to play. Him and DK Metcalf don't need to play a game. It's not going to make a difference. And we all have plenty of examples of quarterbacks who didn't play in the preseason, who then played well in the regular season. Jim Kelly didn't play a whole lot in the preseason, sometimes not at all. Does Matthew Stafford play? I think they wound up in the NFC Championship game last year, if I'm not mistaken. And then quarterbacks who play all the time in the preseason and then who stink right off the bat. I don't think this is necessary here. I'm as curious as anybody to see what kind of power Aaron Rodgers is going to have in this offense. If Mike Tomlin and Arthur Smith give him the freedom to change things the way they didn't, unbelievably, for Ben Roethlisberger late in his career, or for Russell Wilson, 2 other Hall of Famers that they basically handcuffed at the line of scrimmage. I don't think they're going to do that with Rodgers. But I don't think this necessarily leads to that. Although this is the first sign that Aaron Rodgers controls Mike Tomlin and not the other way around. That may happen. They may give Rodgers those freedoms, but this is not related to that. Maybe Rodgers told Tomlin he didn't want to play in the preseason. If he told me that, I'd say fine. Guys like that should get freedoms. Now, the fact that they didn't give such freedoms, at least at the line of scrimmage, to Ben and Russell Wilson, that doesn't reflect well on Tomlin. But if he listened to Aaron Rodgers here about not playing the preseason, that to me makes sense. And it would be a very simple conversation. Do you think you need preseason snaps? No, I don't. Okay. You're a 4-time MVP who's going to the Hall of Fame. Fine. You want him to insist on it and to order Aaron Rodgers out there for a series against the Bucs in which he hands off twice and throws a quick slant so he doesn't get hit on a 3rd and 8? That would make everybody feel better. That would make everybody feel better. If Aaron Rodgers went out there and played a series and then came back out for a second series and threw a screen pass and handed off twice, man, you'd be feeling great about the opener now. Because in a home game with nobody there and no noise against a defense that's playing straight, no scheme whatsoever, that would adequately prepare your Hall of Fame quarterback to go in to face the Jets in a packed building with people going crazy, especially considering how his tenure went there, and a defense that's geared up and schemed up to stop him. That would have you feeling better right now? Why? Let's just use logic for a second here. How? How and why? Please tell me.